So today we're gonna talk about a new topic in object-oriented programming. Let me share my screen with you. You can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here in object-oriented, we have four main concepts. We still didn't talk about any of them, which are inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. Okay. The core advantage or the purpose of object-oriented programming in general, or any of these concepts of object-oriented, is code simplicity and reusability, and to make your code more readable and easy to maintain. So it's like a common goal or common achievement for all these four concepts of object-oriented programming to make your code more simple, more readable, okay, reusable, not only using once, but can be used many times in different places in your code or in your program, okay, and it makes your code easy to maintain and easy to edit in some parts, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So here first we're gonna talk about inheritance today. Inheritance, like if I want to put the definition of inheritance in Java, inheritance is making a relationship between classes, the same as the parental, like in real world life, okay? The same as the parental relationship between parents and children. So we are trying to create the same relationship, but between different classes. Okay.
Extends.
In real world, you have parents and you have children, and normally children inherit some properties from their parents, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we are trying to achieve the same in classes, where a class called child class can inherit some properties or can inherit some functions from another class. We call it parent class. So we don't have to duplicate these properties in the parent class and one more time in the child class. We make this parent relationship or inheritance relationship between these two classes. So the common properties will be shared among both of them without the need of duplicating our code. That's the definition in general.
That extends? Extends.
Yeah. Don't rush. We'll talk about this, how to implement the inheritance. Now I'm just trying to give you an overview about the inheritance. So here, inheritance is a mechanism which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. Like here we have a parent and we have a child, and this child acquires all the properties of its parent. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Class. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, second idea behind inheritance that you can create new classes that are built upon existing class. If you already have an existing class and you are willing to create a new class with common factors between this existing class. So instead of copy paste this existing class in the new class, no, you make the new class inherit the existing class. So it will automatically inherit all the properties and functions inside this. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's pretty clear, yeah.
Okay, great. Same as in real world. Like when we have a parent and the child inherit, like, the properties of his father, like maybe eye color, skin color, hair color, accent, some behavior, right?
Right.
In addition to all this child has his own special characteristics for his own, right? So you have
Yes, that's right.
you have some characteristics inherited from your parents and some other characteristics special for you, right? Not exist in your parent, but only exist in you as a child. And this is also achieved in code, like where the child class has its own properties and functions that doesn't exist in the parent class. We will see this in code. So, yeah, next point. New class inherits from an existing class. You can reuse methods and reuse fields of the parent class in the child class. Oh, and yeah, this is the point we just said. We can add new methods and fields in our current class. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So the subclass or the child class, we sometimes call it subclass, like act as a child or like yeah, it's a child. Sometimes we call it child class, sometimes we call it subclass. Okay.
Yeah.
The parent, like it's very clear, like parent class which acts as a parent. Okay. Sometimes we call
Yes.
it superclass. Okay. So this is the original class where the subclass inherit its features. Okay.
Yeah, like animal or
Like
human.
yeah, exactly. Like the superclass is the source or the giver. Okay. And the subclass is the receiver of the properties and the features and functions. Okay, so on top is the superclass, on bottom is the subclass. And yeah, to make this inheritance relationship in code, we use the extends keyword.
Extends, okay.
So yeah, whenever you see the extend keyword in code, for sure it's an inheritance relationship between two classes. Okay, so here, for example, subclass extend superclass. So whenever you see extends, the class before the extends keyword is the subclass or the child class. Okay, but the class that become after the extends keyword is the superclass or the parent class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this body you put your code fields, properties, methods of functions that are related to the subclass. Okay. Okay, great. We have some types of inheritance. We have three types of inheritance in Java. Okay. First is single, like class B extends A. If you want to represent this in real life, we say you as a father, okay, you have one child, and that's it. So class B is a child, and you, A, represented by A as a father. That's all. That's the simplest uh, version of inheritance, okay? What else? We have hierarchical inheritance. What is this hierarchical inheritance? The same like you have a father, and this father has multiple children. Like you have you and your brother and your sister. All of you have the same father. You inherit the same father. You share uh, uh, common characteristics that you inherited from your father. Okay, But
Mhm.
like you don't inherit characteristics from your brother or from your sister. You inherit your characteristics from your father. Okay? And the characteristics which are common between you and you know, brothers or siblings, okay, are originally coming from your parent or from your father, not from your brother or your sister. You understand?
Yeah.
So here we have multiple children, but the same parent or only one single parent. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Last, we have multi-level inheritance. Class B extends A and Class C extends B. Imagine that you are a child, you have a father, okay, but yeah, this father also has grandchildren who are your children. So we have grandfather and father and children. So the father acts as a child for the grandfather, right? And
Yeah.
acts as a father to his own children, right?
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. Multi-level
Yeah,
is
I don't
common,
know
right?
why your voice is very low. Please
Multi-level is
stop me if you have any doubt. Just stop me and ask.
multi-level is common, right?
Sorry?
Multi-level is pretty common.
Yes, it's very common. All of them are very common. Like sometimes you need only to have single inheritance, only one class inherit another class. In some cases, you have the hierarchical, where you have one class, okay, acts as a parent for multiple classes, okay, and sometimes you have the multi-level, where we have superclass. Each subclass also acts as parents for some other child classes. You understand?
Yep, I do, yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, that's you know my explanation to inheritance. If you have any question, please ask.
Is
Because
it like interface? Is it sort of like interface?
before we go to the coding, I would like to hear your question. You're talking now
Is it like
about interface. Uh, yeah, interface somehow related to the inheritance, but we will discuss it later because
okay.
it's somehow different. It's related, but it's different. So we will discuss it later. Okay.
Yeah.
One last point that I need to mention is that multiple inheritance is not supported in Java. Like in real life, did you ever see a child who has multiple fathers or multiple mothers, two or three
No.
fathers, four mothers? Did you ever see this?
No, never.
Never, of course. So for each child, you have only one father and only one mother. Same in Java. Java, if you see subclass extends another class, it can be extended only from one class, not from two classes or three classes. You understand?
Yep.
Okay, great. So yeah, that's my explanation. If you have any other question, please ask. If not, let's move to coding.
I don't think I have any question.
You don't. Okay, great. So now that's enough for the theoretical part. Let's jump to code to see some examples.